As soon as I saw this video, I knew exactly what it would be. Video title was How to Burn More Calories Lifting Weights. Do these 3 things, because you need something in parentheses to attract the audience. Now, this is, I'll be honest, a pretty pointless endeavor and doesn't really make a lot of sense at all. The first study he used was one that had one group do cardio, one group lift weights, and then another group do both. And the group that did both lost the most fat. This should make sense because they're just doing more work overall. So they're getting the benefits of lifting weights because they're lifting weights, and they're getting the benefits of cardio because they're doing cardio. However, you can't just say this group did both, so if we combine the cardio and the lifting together, that group will get the best results, the best of both worlds. But that's not how things work. If you combine your lifting and your cardio, you don't get the best of both worlds. You get the worst.
Now, I think the best phrase that captures this is kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And this sounds good. It sounds very effective, very efficient. But have you ever tried to kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Because I've tried a bunch of times and I can only ever hit one of those little guys. The rest of them just fly away. And often I just don't hit any of them. You know, I aim for 2 at the same time and I just don't hit anything at all. And that's basically what is going on here as well. You try to hit 2 birds and you hit nothing.
Toe-to-toe on bird law and see who comes out the victor.
The next study he references compares 40% to 90% in the bench press. Not to check the muscle you gained, not to check your strength increases, but to check the number of calories you burned. And they found that the lighter weights burned almost twice as many calories, which sounds very impressive until you realize it's 8 calories versus 15 calories. Yeah. That is roughly the number of calories in a peanut, as in one single peanut. And he's using this logic to say that you should do sets of 15 to 30 reps in this circuit that he will present later. He then compared isolation and compound movements, and as you might expect, compound movements did, generally speaking, burn more calories. But the difference is not nearly as much as you think. He compared biceps curls to lat pull-downs. Lat pull-downs only burned 20% more calories. So perhaps a set of biceps curls might burn 5 calories, and a set of lat pull-downs burns 6 calories. Enjoy your 1/6 of a peanut.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Compared leg extensions to squats, and squats only burned 35% more calories. So perhaps, I don't know, 1/3 of a peanut?
That was delicious. Really good indeed.
Thank you very much.
Focusing on the calories you burn when lifting is absolutely pointless. He then says to implement a circuit style of training. A few different exercises chained together with very short rest times, and he references a study that supports this. Sort of. When he references the study, he says it's 2011, but he doesn't say the author's name. Nothing comes up on the screen. There's nothing in the description, nothing in a pinned comment, nothing in the article that he linked and wrote on this same topic. And the link that is nearby this section in the article goes to something completely different. So maybe I'm just missing something, but it seems like this study just doesn't exist. Now, the issue with this is that you can gain muscle with lighter weights, 15 to 30 reps. But this is with sufficient rest time. Higher reps just take more out of you. They are burning more calories, but by virtue of burning more calories, it's going to be more taxing on the cardiovascular system, and thus that is going to be the limiting factor, not the muscles. If you're doing 15 to 30 reps, the vast majority of people, they are not training to failure. When you're doing moderate weights, you don't necessarily need to go to absolute failure. You can still get a lot out of those because you're already getting maximum motor unit recruitment. But when you're using lightweight baby, like actual light weights, you have to go very close to failure, and most people can't do that, especially when they're already fatigued. Plus, if you're linking multiple circuits together, you're gonna have to drop the weight, especially if you're only resting 15 to 20 seconds between sets. And so, by the end of this circuit, you're going to be using the pink dumbbells, and you're going to be below that threshold of actually triggering muscle growth. Yes, you're going to be burning more calories, but again, who gives a shit? You're going to get sore, You're going to get a pump. You're going to feel fatigue. It's going to be challenging. It's going to feel like a CrossFit HIIT cardio kind of thing. But is it going to be more effective for muscle growth? Hell no. And he says that, to his credit.
I wouldn't use this style of workout if your main goal is to build muscle and improve your strength.
Is it going to be better for burning calories? Yes, but we're getting dangerously close to who gives a shit levels of minutia. I honestly can't think of any person who would really benefit optimally from this program. If you only have light weights, I guess, that could be fine. If you're super fucking busy and you just really need to get in a 30-minute workout rather than spending a little bit more time, I guess if you have no dietary adherence and you need to burn those extra few calories, but again, you are literally burning peanuts. And so diet has to come first, and you might as well just optimize your weight training when it comes to building muscle, not just trying to scrape away a few extra calories, because you don't get the best of both worlds. You get the worst. Now there's going to be someone, a fanboy, who's like, well, this guy didn't give any practical recommendations. He's just a hater. Well, shut up. Here are my practical recommendations. First, diet. You can't avoid it. You can't run from it.
I ask you, to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
You certainly can't outweight train it, and it needs to be a main focus. Calories are the main driver of fat loss, and the easiest way to do that, by far, is to control what goes in your pie hole. Next, walk. Walk between your sets. This actually helps your recovery rather than takes away from it. So this is actually the best of both worlds. I'll get in around 2,000 steps during my workout. Just because I'm not sitting down, I'm walking around between sets. This helps keep me focused, on track, and ready for the next set. I find that if I sit down, I lose my energy. I know it sounds counterproductive, but keeping moving between sets can actually help, as long as you're not doing something that is actually fatiguing. If walking is fatiguing, you have other problems. Also, walk throughout the day. 10-minute walks after your meals can help a lot, not just for burning extra calories, but for improving insulin sensitivity and getting all that glucose out of your bloodstream and improving digestion. It absolutely works. And if you can't take a 5 or a 10-minute walk after your meals, you are too busy. Keep your weight training as weight training, and don't worry at all about the number of calories that you are burning, because it is pointless. Keep that to gain muscle, or at least to maintain the muscle that you have if you're in a caloric deficit. That is going to be much more effective than trying to just burn extra calories with this kind of circuit training stuff. Take sufficient rest. It has actually been shown that 3 minutes of rest is better than 1 minute of rest because it gets you a higher quality of set. With this kind of circuit training, 15 to 20 seconds rest, the quality goes down the shitter because you're chasing those calories. And whether you like it or not, if you're trying to maximize your muscle mass and minimize your fat mass while doing it naturally, that is natural bodybuilding. And so if you look at what the top natural bodybuilders are doing, how many of them are doing this kind of circuit training? Almost none. I mean, less than 1% of the top guys, probably less than 0.1%, because it is not even close to optimal. And just because you combine two things, that doesn't mean you get the best of both worlds. In this case, you absolutely get the worst. All right, that was all for this video. Like, do YouTube things, grab my book as well, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.